Hey, what's up you guys? This is Pan back here. So we got a new release here of the 16 inches model MacBook Pro. So that's out today. You can buy it on the Apple Store. You go to apple.com, you hit the buy button, and then it's not showing the 15 inches anymore. So you have the 13 inches right here and the 16 inches. So it's a bigger version, and it has all the spec almost the same as the 15 inches. So I'm gonna let you guys see that and then compare it. So the spec is on the left side right here. I'm gonna show you on this side. So the 15 inches, it was 15.4 inches the display size. Now it's 16 inches, and the max resolution on the 15 inches was 2880 times 1800. Now it's 3072 times 1920. The pixel density is higher, a little bit, 6 ppi higher on the 16 inches. It has the same display brightness, 500 nits, the same display technology, so nothing changed. Same processor. You can get 6-core i7, 3.6 gigahertz, 8-core i9, and then 8-core i9. But they say this is the 9th generation core i9 on the 16 inches, which is supposed to be faster. And also a little bit of upgrade on the memory. Here on 16 inches you get a bump of 266 megahertz, so that's 2666 megahertz DDR up to 64 gigs, and previously on 15 inches that only allows up to 32 gigs memory, and maximum was, so the memory on there was 2400 megahertz DDR4. We don't know, this is probably DDR4 as well. I assume the graphics all the same, integrated graphics and discrete graphics. A little bit of update here. So you get a Radeon Pro 5000M 4 gig, Radeon Pro 550M 4 gig, and Radeon 5500 8 gigs. So a little bit of update on that. But you get more here on the 15 inches. I suppose you can customize it when you hit buy button. And the storage, it starts at 512, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte, 8 terabyte. Previously on the 15 inches, the maximum was 4 terabyte. So you get a lot of storage for like video editing, like 4K videos, and gamers that are doing like stuff. Yeah, I don't think you need for gaming that big of size, but you can always get external storage drive, which costs less actually for you guys. Force touch, backlit ambient sensor, dimension is a little bit bigger because of the screen size, and the body too. So the weight a little bit higher, so from 4.02 pounds to 4.3 pounds. Battery life 1 more hour more than the previous 15 inches. The same 4 3 ports Thunderbolt, and you get webcam 720p FaceTime HD. Headphone jack, you get 1 headphone jack, which is great. I mean, I don't like when they remove the headphone jack on my iPhone, so now I have to buy additional adapters. And the 15 inches had the stereo speakers with high dynamic range. Now the 16 inches has the 6 speakers with force cancelling woofers, Dolby Atmos, 3 with directional beamforming, and same Wi-Fi 802.11 AC, Bluetooth 5.0. Charger is a 96 watt USB-C. So previously 15 inches was 87 watt USB-C. You get the same color, and it starts at the same price, which is replacing the 15.4 inches. You get a little bit more space for gaming, for video editing, which is great when you're on the go and you're working. You need extra space, since they eliminated the 17 inches MacBook Pro a while ago. So here's a picture from appleinsider.com. The similarity, both looks the same. Look at that. If you put it on the side profile, so the 15 inches is 13.75 inches in width, 9.48 inches in depth, Meanwhile, the 16 inches in the same ballpark, about 14.09 inches and 9.68 inches respectively. So thickness for 15 inches is 0.61 inches thick, and the 16-inch model is a little bit bigger, so 0.64 inches, so a little bit more weight, so being 4.3 pounds for the new model, and 4.02 pounds for its predecessor. The display size, so it's 16 inches now, more resolution, so at 3022, like I mentioned before, at 226 pixels per inch display, so a little bit better display, yeah. And 500 nits, everything the same, so you could get the same thing, processor and so on. I guess the memory upgraded to 2666 megahertz DDR4, and you can make it 64 gigs, you know, for really high demand processing if you're doing a lot of video editing or a lot of 3D animation, 3D stuff. And storage goes up to 8 terabyte versus the 4 terabyte, just I said earlier. And the graphics on the 15 inches before was Radeon Pro 555X, 560X, Vega 16, Vega 20, and all equipped with 4 gig memory. So the new version has a Radeon Pro 5200M, 5500M GPUs with 4 gigs of DDR6, and you can get 5500M with 8 gig of DDR6. So big boost, 4 gigs, 8 gigs on graphic cards. And the keyboard, so it sounds like Apple did a small change for the butterfly keyboard that had problem, and what it did is that they provided 1mm of key travel for the updated scissor mechanism for the butterfly keyboard, and so it's claiming that it's storing more potential energy. Potential energy, guys, is more force, right? So you get more responsive key press, and a major change to design is the escape key, which was absent on previous model, and so they put back the escape key for developers, and they didn't have to go around with the touch bar and then hit the escape key. Now you have a physical escape key, which is great. And also the arrows keys has a inverted T arrangement. Before it took up space of 3 full-size key, and now you left with half of a key for 2 buttons, arrows buttons right here, as you can see on the pictures. And the audio has a better 6-speaker system, force cancelling woofers, support for Dolby Atmos, so better audio experience, and you be the judge, you buy it and then try it. And yeah, microphones, it consists studio quality 3 mic array with high signal to noise and direction beamforming, so it knows where to focus on listening your voice to. Clear audio recordings with less unwanted background noise. And then you have 4 Thunderbolt 3 USB-C ports, headphone port, force touch trackpad, 802, like I said, Wi-Fi. That's if you have a gigabit Wi-Fi, then you can connect to that or network, right? And Bluetooth 5.0, etc., right here. And 11 hours of 1 more hour of charging time on your new battery. And yeah, so that's cool, all this stuff. So they replace here on the website, I'm gonna show you a little bit, processor memory, including higher capacity for both memory storage. Okay, so cool, that's all the change. Not a big change, but as you can see, it starts right here, 2,799, and no, actually, I'm sorry, 2,399, and this is for the 2.3 gigs 8 core. This is the 6 core. I mean 8 core, you probably don't need that much, and unless like you're doing like something super intensive. If you're just developing like code and stuff, even video editing, on the 9th generation Core i7, that's plenty enough of memory. But I would upgrade it to 32 gigs. Nowadays 16 gigs is not enough if you're doing virtual machines, like running boot camp, or like VMware on it, you doing Windows on it. I suggest, so it starts all at 512 gigs the SSD storage. Now you don't have to upgrade. Before it start with 256. And let's see the marketing stuff right here. So it says the best for the brightest, designed for those who defy limits and change the world. The new MacBook Pro is by far the most advanced notebook we've ever made, with the immersive 16-inch Retina display, super fast processor, next generation graphics, largest battery capacity, and new Magic Keyboard, and massive storage. Is the ultimate Pro notebook for the ultimate users. So guys, if you want the 15 inches, it might be on sale now because the 16 inches is available. So the previous model should be on sale, and you could get a good price here at Amazon, probably refurbished, or online, offer a Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and you name it. So I like it how you can go to 64 gigs, but like that's overkill, because right now even my computer at 32 gigs, I don't even max out, unless you're doing 3D stuff, like with a lot of rendering. So 8 terabyte capacity, I would save money on this, get the external hard drive, less expensive, Retina display, big beautiful workplace. Okay, that's cool. 500 nits of brightness, that's the same as 15 inches. Obviously narrow band LED, okay, that's the same, right? If you go through this, feature faster pixels charging, okay, yeah. So basically, if you don't mind about the 16 inches, just get the 15.4 and save you a lot of money, few $100. That's a lot. You can do like the same thing, and yeah, that's a good opportunity to buy the previous one. But this one is a 9th generation Core i9 processor, so it has 8 cores, so 8 cores times 2, that's 16 threads, which is pretty cool. Deliver up to 2.1 times performance of quad core MacBook Pro. So whether you're layering dozens of tracks and effects, rendering 3D models, and compiling and testing code, you'll be doing in no flat time. And they're showing this, the fan, heating fan flow here, 28% increased flow, 35% larger heatsink. Okay, so marketing stuff here, Logic Pro X, if you're using one of these software that require intense stuff. So they're comparing to a quad core, yeah, 2.1 more M designer, they should compare it to like a 6 core, because 15 inches was 6 core last time, and that's how they show you like a bigger version, like a better 2.1 times faster. And so DDR4, okay, it's 2066 666 megahertz, my bad, up to 64 gigs DDR4 memory. So earlier was 32 gigs, up to 4.3 times faster than the 16 gigs. Yeah, that's because you're comparing to a 16 gigs. If you're comparing 64 gigs DDR4 2666 megahertz to 2400 megahertz, then that's not that fast. That's just a small change. Graphics, bending reality takes bandwidth. Okay. Radeon Pro 5000 M. So that's why AMD stock is going up, because MacBook still using this, and a lot of cool stuff, the server stuff, they're using AMD, and So that's the highest one. You can upgrade 8 gig of DDR6 VRAM. You get to 80% faster performance when executing tasks like color grading in DaVinci Resolve compared with the Radeon Pro Vega 20. You have, whether you're using Unity Editor, Fortnite, Rise, those are games, okay. 2.1 faster demo fly through, yeah, okay. 35% faster demo fly through, so who cares about that? But 2.1 times faster than Radeon Pro 560X, so that's the previous generation. 189 gigs per second memory bandwidth, okay. 8 gigs DDR6 VRAM, up to 24 compute units. Keyboard, this Magic in a perfect workspace, okay. Game developer, so okay, you have the escape button as you can see right here, and the keyboard, the arrow keyboard. So 16 Macbook Pro takes workflow efficiency to a new level. The new Magic keyboard features a refined scissor mechanism with 1mm travel for responsive, comfortable, and quiet typing experience. So they fixed the keyboard here. They had like a lot of problem with the keyboard, butterfly keyboard being stuck and not responsive. The touch bar puts powerful shortcuts from front and center, and Touch ID provides fast authentication. What do you guys think about this versus the Microsoft Surface Pro? You know, you can touch on the screen. You don't even need like all this Touch ID, touch bar, which is just a small strip in the front that you can touch, and then you can be saving some money, right? Buying the Surface Pro, but this definitely have a good design, and the brand name here. So the inverted T arrow key enable fluid navigation, whether you're flying through lines of code, navigating spreadsheets, and all gaming, okay. Audio, bigger bass, better mic, 6 speakers surround system, dual force cancelling woofer, studio quality, 3 mic array, okay, cool. You can see this. Thought it's gonna be you can play on it. I mean, like usually you wearing your AirPod, or you're wearing your headphones, or you're putting Bluetooth to a bigger speaker. I don't think the speaker on the Mac is that, you know, great, even though like they say it's enhancing, okay. Storage, bring your whole studio with you. 8 terabyte of SSD storage, so you don't have to hook up like extra stuff if you can afford it, because it's a lot of money to upgrade to 8 terabyte versus buying your external hard drive right here. The 100 watt-hour lithium polymer battery not only powers the larger display and delivers higher maximum sustained power, it also provides longer battery life, up to 11 hours of wireless web browsing and video playback, so you have more time to work doing changes whether you're on or off the grid. Yeah, but the thing is that the battery will die after a while. After 2-3 years, then the charge cycle becomes like a lot more, so yeah, you probably need to change battery after that, or get it plugged in all the time, just like mine. Every MacBook Pro is equipped with Apple T2 security chip, our second generation custom Mac Silicon design, secure enclave, secure boot, encrypted storage capabilities, okay. Thunderbolt 3, the most powerful and versatile port ever, that's port ever. Thunderbolt 3 combines ultra high bandwidth, 40 gigs per second of throughput. That's Thunderbolt 3 for twice the bandwidth of, that's huge. You just like 10 gigs transfer like this in couple seconds. MacBook Pro is equipped with 4 ports, so it's good for video editing, right? Bigger throughput right here. Existing devices are connected with cable or adapter, and Thunderbolt 3 is reversible, so no matter how you plug in, it's always just like the USB-C, right? But it's faster for data transfer, and it has power. USB-C support up to 2 6K displays. Wow, okay. So 6K displays are not out yet. I think Apple is releasing this screen says 6K display later on, but that's gonna cost a lot, right? If you have a lot of money to spare, yeah, just buy this. But otherwise, who's gonna plug in 6K unless you're doing for work? Your company buys for you. Use the AR to see MacBook Pro in your workspace. Oh yeah, okay. Just go to Apple Store, better you can touch it. The Power Mac. So Mac OS Catalina, dedicated Power Mac OS again further. And you can trade in your MacBook Pro. I mean, like if you had a previous one, you can trade in, but with trade-in, they always like give you really low for your MacBook's worth. So I rather like sell it, outside on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or other website. Let go for up. But yeah, so just trading for credit or recycle it for free is good for you and the planet. And that's it, guys. So now you don't forget you have a 3% cashback if you have the Apple Card. So anything you buy on the Apple Store, you get the Apple Card. Use your Apple Card for 3% off, which is great. But also, if you can go, just like me, where I live in Washington State, you can, go to a state where they don't have tax. Then you could be saving a lot. Since this costs, let me show you, $2,000. You could be saving like 10%, because that's how much is the tax in my state. So you have to do 2,399 times 10%, and I'm gonna show you, times 1.1, and that's how much you'll be paying with tax, right? With the base specs right here. And so if you go to a different state that doesn't have tax, then you'd be saving $239.9, right? It's worth to drive if you're visiting family, or like you're living close to the border or close by the state that doesn't have any tax. And also I'm gonna show you another way to do it. You can be saving another 10%, and by using another, if you work for government or you are a veteran right here, and you can have if you are like a veteran right here, or current veterans of US military, National Guard, and Reserve, and you are immediate family members who reside in the same household, you could be getting 10% more off. A lot of people don't know about this, and you guys should take this 10% if you qualify, right? This is all legal to do this, and you could be taking another on any Apple products. Like, it doesn't have to be a Mac. It can be like an iPhone, for your Christmas gift, or like birthdays, or just gift for your parents and so on, Father's Day, Mother's Day, etc., and for your other significant relative. So you could be saving another right here. So you could be paying this much. So in total, if you go from here, right, usually so I'm gonna do 2009. That's, you could be saving 239, but remember, 200, you go to another state that doesn't have any tax, then you can be saving 10%, just like 2 times. You could be saving 479. Just make use of it if you can. That's a lot of money saved. And or you can go to like the Apple refurbish, which I'm gonna show you. Apple refurbish, let me show you. And since you have the new MacBook 16-inch that came out, you probably might want to have the older version 15.4, which is not that old actually. You could be saving tons of money. So let's see, this is the 13-inch. I'm gonna go to MacBook Pro since we're doing a MacBook Pro review here, comparison, and here, look at that, 15 inches on the bottom. I'm gonna select only 15 inches so you guys don't have to scroll down like this. 6 cores right here. You're saving $520, right? And it comes with like warranty from the Apple too. So this probably is a recent, but the price differs here from 1869 to 2039 by processor, by the specs inside, and yeah, I kind of suggest you guys to get the 15.4 if you're saving tons of money. Otherwise, buy the new one if you need it. Yeah, because they fixed the keyboard problem, and also they have the new memory, the new graphic cards, and so on. So guys, Pan signing off here, and I hope you guys like this video, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. If it helped you in any way, or show support to my channel, please give a like and subscribe, and see you guys on the next video. Bye guys, have a good weekend.